Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. The thing about doing a boxing channel, or any channel, I guess, is that sometimes because news comes, fast and furious, and there's just this total constant blitz of news, and because of modern technology, you can follow the news almost as it's happening. It's not like the old days where you'd have to wait, before the internet, where you'd have to, wait until the news was on TV, which may be only a few hours, or you'd have to, if you missed that, you'd have to buy a paper the following morning and, sift through all the bollocks to pick up the real news. Nowadays, like I say, you can watch the news as it occurs, as it's happening. I mean, it's quite frightening, really. But the problem with that is, of course, you sometimes get things a little wrong, or you jump the gun because you want to put your videos out and say, oh, look, this is allegedly happening. And then someone turns around and says, well, actually, no, it's not. So you've wasted your time. And one such example in the boxing world, which, I mean, it might still happen, but it's the Canelo versus Jermall Charlo fight, because Charlo has been on. He's made his own little video. He did post on Instagram that he's going to fight Canelo, but then he said, well, "Hang on a minute, nothing's been finalised. No one told me." That seems to have been his attitude, his perspective all of a sudden, and he's on holiday with his family. And he said, I haven't even talked to Al Heyman, who's his manager or promoter or whatever he is, however they circumvent the Alley Act in America. He's something to Charlo. He navigates Charlo's career anyway. And Charlo says, I haven't spoken to Al Heyman. And they say, you're about to fight Canelo. There's no confirmation. You've all got to chill out. Okay, well, we're chilled, Jermall. We're chilled. And Jermall may yet fight Canelo, but if he doesn't, on May the 4th, which is the eve of Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day, this does open the door for what I think most fans want, which is a fight, preferably with David Benavidez and Canelo, or failing that, Jaime Munguia and Canelo. Now, Canelo has made statements saying, I don't like to fight Mexican fighters, because, they're my brothers and blah, 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 and all this. Well, you fought a few Mexicans in the past, mate. I mean, you beat the crap out of Mexico's favourite son's son, which was Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I can't blame you for that, to be honest with you, because if anyone wasted their talent, it's him. Still managed to pick up a WBC belt along the way. Thank you, Mr. Suleiman. But he has fought Mexican fighters before. But no, as it's May the 4th, the eve of Cinco de Mayo, you can understand him wanting to, wanting to fight maybe an American or a Brit or something like that, like he's done in the past, rather than a Mexican. The problem is that he's run out of Brits because he's beaten the crap out of all of our lot. There aren't that many Americans left either. Not at super middleweight. Don't forget, Charlo has fought once in 2.5 years, over 2.5 years, and has not made a defence of his WBC middleweight belt in, I think it's about 28 months, something like that. 2.5, whatever it is. So I don't know why he was even offered the fight in the first place. Oh yes, I do. It's because Canelo has a PBC 3-fight deal, and Jermall Charlo is, of course, a PBC fighter, and is out to avenge his brother's defeat and all this stuff. Well, how about we have Benavidez versus Canelo? Because that's the one we want, isn't it? Come on. I mean, you can't just say, well, I can't fight him because he's Mexican. That's a load of rubbish. This is a boxing match. If two Mexicans come together and put on an immense spectacle, isn't that good for Mexican boxing? If the loser fights his heart out and shows all that Mexican spirit that we know exists, why would his stock fall? Whether it's Canelo or Benavidez. By the way, Benavidez, of course, he is of Mexican descendancy, but he's Mexican descent. But he's I believe, is he a Tex-Mex, or is he American, Mexican American, or something like that? Munguia is Mexican. He's lived there. I think he doesn't have U.S. citizenship, which Benavidez does. So, but one of these guys should be the guy fighting Canelo. I mean, I know I'm stating the obvious here because loads of you have said this in the past and loads of other channels have said this. But you know what? The way in which you make something happen is to keep banging the drum. So I make no apology for repeating this ad infinitum, because we need to get these matches up and running. And Canelo has had plenty of time now to ponder fighting Benavidez. I'm not going to say he's ducking him, but maybe he's ducking him. No, I don't know. I don't know. I've got criticisms of Canelo, but ducking opponents isn't one of them, because he's proved again and again that he will fight anyone. But I think it's about time he fought Benavidez, if he's still got it, if he still thinks he's got it, because he's knocking on a bit. I mean, his record is 60 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, which by modern day standards is excessive. That's a lot of wear and tear. He turned pro at 15, and I think he 33 now, 34, 33. So really, what's he waiting for? If you're going to fight Benavidez, do it now. If you're going to fight Munguia, do it now before you really do age out. So, yeah, it's all up in the air, to be honest with you. And May the 4th, when you consider it, is, what have we got? March, April, May, about three months and 2 weeks. Yeah, 3.5 months away. That'll fly. When you consider that training camps can be 10, 12 weeks. Yeah. All right, what do you think? I'm going to ask you the question, who would you like to see Canelo fight? And I think I know the answer, but leave it. If you've got any thoughts, maybe you think that the Jermall Charlo fight will go ahead. I mean, I suppose what they might do is they might put Jermall Charlo in on May the 4th, and that can be, the revenge for my brother's defeat angle. But in a sense, it's almost a warm-up, a big payday for the second member of the Charlo family, but also a little sort of dress rehearsal for a Benavidez or Munguia fight. Let me know what you think. Later in the year, maybe October time, Benavidez and Canelo get it on. I don't know, like October, September maybe. You tell me what you think. Comments below, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please also hit the like button. It takes you a second to subscribe and hit the like button, and it is much appreciated. Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.